Yes, Lord. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to Can I Help? Miss Netta. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so very much. Tonight is definitely going to be a night of interest. We're going to talk about sexual abuse. Sexual abuse and the syndrome. We've all had to go through it. Even our boy R.Kelly, right? Yeah, we've all had to go through it. It's okay. Um, there are some things I've got to share tonight. I'm going to share tonight. Welcome to my world. I am going to shed some things, some light on some things, and get some things out in the open with you guys. And I've been trying to get ready. I really have, because this one is very near and dear to my heart. This 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 is, and I'm gonna try to be a big girl tonight when I talk about these things with you guys, and just kind of the way that it has been, and the things that we see on TV and in everyday life, every day, every day. Yes, we're going to truly talk about those things right there. Okay? So, I have some phone numbers of interest for those that may need it, for hotlines that you can reach out to. If you know of sexual abuse that is going on, if you're trying to get help for domestic violence, just I have several numbers for you guys that will give you an avenue out if you don't want to talk to someone that you know. If you don't want to, you still want to be that person that has to, because you're not ready. And that's okay too. But when you are ready, just know that there's help. There is a lot of help out there that you can get in order to be able to be okay. Just to be okay. I'm a living witness. I'm a living witness. I really don't want to say you can survive, but if it's happening, there is a way out. And you're not alone. You're not alone. So, Father God, I just need you to help me with this one. So let me just begin. A lot of people, know of sexual abuse or has been through sexual abuse, and either don't want to say anything or want to hush it up, or for the child or the teenager that is going through it, they're afraid. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to trust. They don't know who to talk to, because you're constantly, are they going to believe me? Will they understand? So many things. So many things. So many things. Well, I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to tell the things that I have had to recover from to help you understand that you too can recover. The things that I have to say is in no shape, form, or fashion to hurt anyone at all. In at all. But this is the story. This is what I had to heal from. And at the end of the day, for me, I don't blame anyone. Anyone, not even the ones that hurt me. I don't even blame them. I look at it as a lesson from God, a lesson from God that it's only to make you stronger, only to make you better, only to, I'm here, Anna. But it did consume a lot of my life. It did. It consumed so much of it. I was lost for so very long. Went through so many heartaches and pains. And it's funny when you're within the moments, you think that you're not going to make it out of it. You're not going to recover from it. Oh my God, this is just so bad. But I made it. I made it. So let's see, kind of starting with the very first time. I was 4 years old. Okay? Mama sent me with my people, and my mama sent me with my people, and the people that she sent me with, a family member decided that it was okay for me at age 4, and whatever he thought that he wanted to do with me in a bunk bed. It's funny how you can remember different and small details and things. It's like bits and pieces that stand out so boldly. But for me, when it happened, of course, I'm 4. No one wanted to believe me. It wasn't a believable story until he did it to another little girl. Then it was, oh, Netta was telling the truth. Okay. But that alone started the silence from so many different angles. If you tell, you're not believed. If you don't tell, you still got to deal with it. So what the hell do you do as a child? I'm sorry for the language. I do apologize. So now, after age 4, it happens again. But this time, me being a little tomboy, you know, gonna jump from a tree or a house or something. Gonna go out there and scar up something, run into something, do something. Because I was a true little kid till I got hot in the tail, you know, being exposed at such an early age. From so many different angles, though. My mom, she's always been so very protective. But at the same time, at the same time, I, I, when she had to work or she wanted to get out for a little minute or, something like that, before she was saved and sanctified, anyone that, whoever could keep me at the time, that's who she trusted to keep me. And I mean, these people, they just weren't always so nice. It's just simple as that. They weren't always so nice. From a cousin to the next door neighbor to a young lady when I was 9. Mom would take me to someone she trusted's house and trusted them to keep me. But for whoever the young lady was that they had at their house, she was pretty much calling me in the room every night at the same time for me to perform oral sex on her. I'm 9 years old. And that's just to name a few. Funny how I tried my best to keep it to myself because of that. But I do feel in my heart that my story will help someone somewhere. And it's hard because when you grew up and you had certain family members that all they knew is love, and then you had the sneaky ones, And then you had the older ones that were often doing the slick stuff to the younger ones, and or abusing, just call it what it is, abusing the younger ones. It was always, okay, yeah. So we've all, we've all, we've all, we've all. But what did it do to our minds? What did it do to our hearts? I can't speak for anyone else, but I can speak for me. It tore me up inside. It made me curious about sex before I was ready to know about sex. I remember when my mom had this house in Michigan. And the room that I had, I shared with another family member because mom let them come and stay. And when him and his lady wanted to get busy, it didn't matter that I was laying over there in the other bed across the room. That didn't matter. They still took care of their business. So many different ways I was scarred. I was introduced. So many crazy thoughts, so many unwanted feelings, so many but you know what though? None of it killed me. And for any and every one of them, I forgave them a long time ago. I did. I had to so I could free myself. But did it take me down through there? Yes. Just know for anyone that it has happened to, or for any child or young person that it is happening to, know that there's help. Know that it's okay to cry out, to scream out, to yell out, to stomp your feet, whatever you want to do. It's okay to reach out for help. It's okay. Somebody gonna help you. Somebody's gonna hear you. If it has happened to you, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I wish I could take the pain for you. I do. I know what it feels like. But you hear that song? My name is Victory. Victory. You guys, it's been a lot. It has. But it didn't kill me. It only prepared me for the places that God wants to take me. And I refuse to believe anything other. But let me tell you something about that sexual abuse thing. It's very common. It's in every community. Every community. It don't miss this one or that one, or this color or that color. But your young black girls have been targeted. Your young white girls have been targets. Your Asians, your Mexicans, your Africans, your Chinese, no matter what race, religion, no matter what, if you're young, you're a target. Whether you're pretty, whether you're ugly, it don't matter. If you have a vagina between your legs and you are a young girl, if you are a young boy and you have a penis between your legs, you are a target. If you are breathing, you are a target. And that's just fact. And so often it's overlooked. It's swept under a rug. It's pushed to the side. But what did it do to you? Because you kept what did it do? What did it for me? For me, I can tell you, it made me not want to leave my children anywhere. It made me not, other than a grandparents or really not too many other people, a actual parent of theirs, the father. It brought about depression for me. It brought about a learning disability for me. It brought about so many things that I had to fight my way through. Like literally fight my way through. From anger, depression, stress, anxiety, crying, feeling weak, feeling defeated, feeling lost, feeling confused, and turned me into a warrior. But let me give you the facts about sexual abuse. Once I give you the results of sexual abuse, I'm going to touch on Mr. R.Kelly from my view. And it's going to be short and sweet, but straight to the point. Simple as that. But for child abuse, it's a wow. It's a wow. It's a wow. What I'll say before I start is, if your child, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, it doesn't matter who, a perfect stranger tells you that they are being abused in any shape, form, or fashion, believe them. Ain't nobody gonna play with nothing like that. Ain't nobody gonna toy around with nothing like that. Ain't nobody gonna lie about nothing like that. I've had it from people I trusted, people I ain't know, people I needed. And although it hurt me, it also built me. I ain't never been a thought, meaning out here screwing on all these people for money, but I don't judge those that have. I understand. I've never been so many things that I probably would have been had I not gone through these trials and tribulations, these different things. And I just want you guys to know that I just want you to know, believe your children, believe your nieces and nephews. Pay attention to the signs. Watch for things. Get an understanding if you don't have one, because that's not something that's played with. Simple as that. Okay? Okay? Okay. So, for child sexual abuse, first I'm going to give you the definition of child sexual abuse. Period. It's any sexual act between an adult, meaning just that, an adult, meaning just that, an adult, and a minor. So if it's a child and it's an adult, in any shape, form, or fashion, no matter what age that child is, if it is a child that is 17 and younger, literally, it's child sexual abuse. If you are 18, 19, and up, against that age bracket of any age to 17, it is child sexual abuse. Simple as that. Simple, simple, simple. Is that simple? Forcing, coercing, or persuading a child to engage in any type of sexual act is child sexual abuse. Simple as that. Right? Would you agree? Okay. It causes health problems. A lot of health problems for the children that you decide you want to sexual abuse one way or another. It does. I can attest. You understand? This isn't something that I'm just saying because I want to have something to say. Excuse me, this is something I've lived. But I made it. I made it. I got help. A lot of praying. A lot of for real forgiving. A lot. You understand? A lot. Did you know that 1 in 10 children are sexually abused by the age 18? 1 in 10. 1 in 7 girls and 1 in 25 boys will be abused before 18. Did you know that? Does it matter? Do you care? I just want to know. I just want to know. I just want to know. How can I help you with that? 90%. That's 10 away from 100. But 90% of children are abused in the household by somebody they know. Did you know that? 90%. 30% are abused by family members. How many of you have been abused by a family member and was told to? Or you didn't because you didn't want to have that auntie or that uncle or that cousin or that brother or sister or friend or something mad at you? The younger they are, the more likely they are for it to be a family member. Did you know that? You gotta watch your kids. You gotta watch out for each other. Not hurt each other. Did you know that about 75% of child pornography victims are living at home? And the parents are often the ones responsible for it. Did you know that? We always want to close a blind eye. I don't see nothing. I heard what you said, but I don't see nothing. So we ain't going to even touch that. Touch it. Help. For real, make a difference. For real, stop and take time out and stop saying it don't matter. Because it does. Pay attention to your children. Look out for yourselves, for each other. You understand? It's not fair. Children, just like little babies, their minds are like sponges. Just like little sponges. So are these young kids that want to be grown that's being exposed to so much at an early age. Why do you think our generation is like it is now? These kids have been exposed. It's not just technology. It's us. I didn't say you. I said us. Us. But we got to turn this thing around and we got to help our babies and our young children because they are the generations when we long gone. Sexual abuse is real and it's happening, and we got to stop and start talking, start helping, start for real being there for these young children and these babies. We done seen so much in the news about some child, some sick person doing something. That's a sickness. You're sick. You are sick. And you need help before you need jail, before you need people to beat you up. Violence is not the answer. You let God handle them. Yeah, I know that's easier said than done. I know that. I know it. But I had to learn that. There's no reason that an adult should be interested in any shape, form, or fashion in a child, in a young girl that just decides to be more developed than your average young person. There's no reason that you should be interested in anything like that if you're an adult. And kids sure shouldn't be, but we kids, we done been kids, we done been, but we got, checked for that. We got checked for that. You understand? But these things have been going on for ancients of times. Not times, but times. Ancients of times. It's been going on. Been going on. And we've been turning our head and dropping our head and closing our eyes and acting like we don't see this, but we see it. We know it's going on. But we make a choice not to. Sometimes for the fame and money. We turn a blind eye to it. We don't call it like we see it when we see it and when we know that it's going on. We don't address it. That's just... Did you know that abusers often form relationships with victims they have their eye on? And the families prior to striking? That's what you call when they start to groom. Ain't that some sick stuff? Go groom them before they strike. Just go get them ready. Reel them on in a slow, steady way, Them kind. But they out there. And it's going on. It's going on. We just turning a blind eye because we don't want this one and that one to think that. It don't matter what the next one think. It matters what God thinks. And the point is, you got to stop letting these kids get soaked up and drawn up and their innocence taken and they being exposed to things that they shouldn't be exposed to. Hell, they ain't got to look on the TV. It's happening right in the house. They ain't got to look on the internet or in their phone. It's happening right in the house. It's right there. Or it's happening at Billy Joe house where you done sent your child over there. Or Sally Jane house where you done sent your child over there. It's happening. It's happening. It's not just happening to the girls. It's happening to the boys. But our young people been targeted since Huff was a puff. Literally, since Huff was a pup, been targeted. And if we don't stop closing our eyes to what is going on around here, if we don't stop closing our eyes to what's happening to our young people, to our children, to our babies, if we don't for real wake up and start paying attention to what is going on around here and actually doing something about it, taking action. You ask me, what should you do? I say, pray about it. And whatever God gives you order to do, that's what you do. But by all means, you do what you have to do. You do that. You are not wrong for that. That's okay. But you do not accept abuse in any shape, form, or fashion, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, it doesn't matter. You do not accept abuse. It's about love. and appreciation and oh my God, it's about that's if you're an adult, a child should not be your interest. That's just the bottom line. Leave these children alone. Leave them alone. And the sad part about it is, you know what? Sometimes it's children molesting children. It's children abusing children. It's children hurting each other. But where did that come from? Hmm? Can't tell me that. Where did that come from? Where did all of these wild, imaginative thoughts of crazy sex come from at an early age? It's because you letting these people do these different things to your children. Grooming, baby, grooming. Grooming is drawing your victim in and gaining their trust and everyone else and gradually persuading them into sexual acts. What I just said. What I had just said back then. I'm so sorry. Oh, Father. Yes. Those them slick ones. Them for real. I'm going to give you this and that and woo 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 long as you don't tell. That's them. That ain't right either. That's not right either. Mm-mm. Let me tell you the behavior of groomers. They're going to pay special attention to you. Give you gifts and trips and all them good, nice, lavishing things that you like. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to give you all that. Then they're going to start isolating you as a child from everybody. Slowly but surely, reeling you in. Coming for you. Then they're going to start filling your child's unmet needs. When they get through filling the child's unmet needs, they're going to get them called, start coming around, you know, filling mama's unmet needs, doing a little this or that, you know, around, so they can get to where they're trying to get to. That victim they after. That 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 year old girls. Trust. They want to get that. Want to get them reeled in so they can start getting them out. Get your trust so they can go and take your child on with them. Go on, just take them on with them. Then they start gradually, little by little, crossing physical boundaries. Just easing their way on in. Just easing their way on in. Crazy. Then they start becoming increasingly intimate, sexual. Because they feel like, oh yeah, they in now. Completely overlooking, that's a young girl. That's a young boy. You know? Pick on somebody your own size. You know? But you're scared. I don't get it. I don't get it. Then they start using a whole lot of secrecy and doing the blame game and start to treat you like, you threatening you. See, mind you, it started gradually coming on before they try show you who they really are. Every time. Every single time. Every time. Until you trip that part about it. If you call Child Protective Services, they only going to do and handle 55% of the sexual child abuse cases. All the rest of them, they throw them out. So what about our young black boys and girls? If they decide they want to throw your particular case out, what about your child? What about your child? How's your child supposed to feel? They're the ones that it happened to. How they supposed to feel? And you wonder why your young men and women become basically sick themselves, from substance abuse to alcohol to going and doing what was done to them to others, to depression, to anxiety, to stress. All of this, the results of sickness in your body. It affects your health so bad, but often overlooked. Some people eat a lot, trying to eat the feeling away. Some people do that. But there's help, you guys. There's help for you. There's help for me. There's help. There's help that you can get. You don't have to go through it alone. My young people, you have a choice. And you can heal. But you have to break that silence. You have to break that. You got to come forth, baby. You got to go and let it out so we can help you with it. You got to go and let it out so we can all move forward. I told you, just let me love on you. Just let me love on you. Because I know what it's like to feel alone. I know what it's like to feel like it ain't nobody you can tell. I know what it's like to not be heard. I know what it's like because you don't want to face reality. I know what it's like. And I can help you, boo. I can help you. Now, before I go, everybody has had their, oh my God, opinion about this R.Kelly thing. Here it is. You heard me say all these different things about sexual abuse, right? R.Kelly couldn't read and write. R.Kelly was picked on. Okay? R.Kelly was sexually abused at an early age, introduced to sex. If these things are true about R.Kelly himself as a person, as a child, if these things are true, I don't agree with the choices that it's saying that has been made by R. Kelly. but I understand. You know? Because if he was abused, if these things are things that really did happen to him, he just did what was done to him, probably a little bit more extreme. Because nobody did anything about it when it was being done to him. Who gonna do something to him? And for those parents, them parents, you are to blame, baby. If you allowed or gave your child over to R.Kelly for any type of fame or fortune, you are held accountable for your underage child. You are held accountable. So if you allow these things for a penny, a quarter, a nickel, a dime, 1 red cent, you are held accountable. You don't get a pass, boo. You don't. And you are just as sick. Because no amount of money on God's green earth, when it's raining, storming, snowing, beautiful sunshine, I don't care what it is, you can't give me a penny for mine. The ones that God gave me, oh no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. For nobody to do nothing to them. And that's just how I'm rocking. You know, that's just my opinion. No, I don't agree with it if this is what he has done. No, I do not agree with the choice that he chose to make with doing it if this is what he has done. But I understand it. Because if he went through the things that he went through as a child growing up, and his avenues out was music and oh my God, I can understand. He chose to give whomever these young girls are the same pain that he went through, the same moment that he went through. Didn't nobody care that he was underage when they tried him. Didn't nobody care that he was underage when they did it to him. So why should he care? That's the approach he took. If that's what it is, that's the approach he took. Hey, I don't agree with that, but that's the approach, so I understand it. Everybody has their opinion. Everybody is entitled to how they feel. Leave the man alone. That's just the bottom line. Leave him alone. I don't agree with it, but if anything, help him to get some help. Help him to be able to admit it and move forward and get some help. Don't be so ready to do X, Y, Z, and W with him, because if this is what he's done, he's sick. He's sick. He needs help. He needs Jesus, and he needs help. Jail ain't gonna help him. No, it was not right. But he didn't kill him. He didn't kill him. He took their innocence, some of them, and he never should have been messing with any underage girls at all, if this is indeed what has been. But it has been overlooked and swept under the rug for so long because why? He got money. He's a celebrity. So, he's still a human being. If I cut him, he gonna still bleed. If he cut me, I'm gonna bleed. We gonna still bleed blood at the end of the day, like one another. So celebrity or not, it should not have been overlooked since day one. Day one. And for those of them that was around him and know what he was doing, but again, for the love of that money, root to all evil. That money. How dare you, for anyone that had any type of ill will in that situation, how dare you? How dare you, the innocence of those children? Everybody always so selfish and want to push things under the under the rug. For it that was going on centuries ago and so long ago and constantly overlooked from so many people, black, white, it don't matter. It was constantly overlooked rather than dealt with. So why bring it up now? What, you need something? Because it's not for the sole purpose of the sanity of these young girls who are now grown. It's not for that. I mean, get it together, people. Get it together. Just let the man, just let him be. I don't give two flukes about who R.Kelly is one way or another. I really don't. I really, really don't. Does he make good music? Yes. And if it's true what he's done, he still makes good music. He still has made some good music. But he's also made some bad choices. I miss Netta. I miss Netta with Can I Help? I just wanted to share with you guys tonight some good stuff. And like I always say to you, the rest of my life will be the best of my life. But the past of my life, I'll always share it with you. Have a blessed night.